the Insta360 Go 3 in midnight black, 64 gig version. So here is the camera itself. The main Go 3 unit is super tiny in size. It weighs only 35 grams, which is a super tiny action camera capable of recording up to 2.7K resolution video at 30 frames per second. The Go 3 has a magnetic back and it can attach itself to different surfaces. Now this is one of my favorites. This is a magnetic pendant that you wear around your neck. You stick it on and it's a very strong magnetic connection. The action pod is basically an action camera body without the camera in the middle. So they've given us a modular design. So you simply drop the Go 3 into the action pod and it sticks in magnetically and it's also locked in place. If you want to release it, you need to press this padlock button and then pull the action camera out. Now on the side you've got power button and a Q button. At the bottom you've got those two sections on either side which helps the camera connect to the quick release, which I'm about to show you. So this is the quick release mount and I really like this. Check it out. So you basically drop the action camera down and that is secure. That is not going anywhere. So you simply connect it to any of these universal GoPro connections and then you can stick it on a helmet, on a bike, on your chest and whatnot. So now in the main box, the pivot stand is included with the quick release on top. Show you this in action. Sticks on really nice and secure, and the pivot stand can basically be tilted forwards, backwards, left and right. You've got an easy clip connection for the Go 3, just slip it in place and then you can clip this onto a number of surfaces, your clothes, your belt and so on and so forth. Now the Go 3 has an internal 310 mAh battery and when you drop it into the action pod it automatically starts charging, as the action pod has its own 1270 mAh battery giving you up to 170 minutes of video recording time. And if you use the Go 3 standalone, then you can expect around 45 minutes battery life. When you dock the Go 3 into the action pod, it takes around 35 minutes for a full charge. And the action pod itself needs around 65 minutes for a full charge. And you can see a Type-C connection on the side. So 2.7K is the maximum video recording resolution, but you can also record in 1440p and 1080p at 50 frames. Now this camera features the latest version of Insta360's flow state stabilization, and it can no doubt shoot super smooth looking video. So no matter what you're doing or what you're filming, expect super smooth stabilization. Furthermore, the camera does have a 6-axis gyro built in, and you also have a 360-degree horizon lock. Now the Go 3 mini camera has built-in internal storage. You've got three options: 32 gigs, 64 gigs, or 128 gigs. Now there is no microSD expansion at all, so whichever storage space that you select, that is what you're going to have to work with. Furthermore, this camera does have built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and it's 5 GHz Wi-Fi. The Go 3 does feature stereo microphones, so you've got one microphone on the front and you've got one microphone on top. And the mics do feature wind reduction and directional focus. Also the action pod with the Go 3 installed and also installing the lens guard. This whole unit then becomes IPX8 water resistant up to 5 meters. And the action pod itself on its own is IPX4 splash and rainproof. Now the Go 3 also features the power of voice control version 2.0, so you can say things like start or stop recording to control the camera with your voice. Other cool features, you have time shift, slow motion, pure shot HDR and time lapse. Now if all that was not enough, the software actually features auto editing, so you can use AI to let the software edit your videos for you. Now I was also quite surprised to see that you can use this action camera as a webcam. So you just connect this via Type-C directly to your laptop or computer, and then you'll have the option to switch this to webcam mode. So you can use this for video conferencing. And you can also use the action pod as a remote viewfinder for this camera. Now going forward, I will certainly be making use of this Insta360 Go 3 camera in my future e-bike and e-scooter videos.